Hey guys, it's Jaden, and first things first, I just want to let you all know, I pretty much wing all my videos. I just turn on the camera and go. So this is Life of T-Man, and this week's topic is sports and activities. Um, First things first, I'm the realist. Just kidding, first things first, if you're gonna do sports or activities, do something you enjoy. Um, don't do something because you feel like you have to. Look at the perfect day for it. I'm wearing my shirt and wearing softball sweater. I did softball for 3 years because I didn't have the the cojones to ask my school if I could play baseball. I didn't even want to play baseball. Like the guys were jerks. I just wanted to play a sport. My junior year I only played it because my friend wouldn't talk to me unless I did. And that's rude. But being on an all-girls sports team can be really invalidating. Is what I found out. It really sucked, especially my junior year when I got a new coach who someone corrected her and said I was a guy, and she's like, "Oh yeah, well, you have the right parts in your pants." I was like, "Excuse the crap out of you, talking about my genitals, like whatever." And when I tried to do National Day of Silence, or I was captain. I was the only junior on the JV team. She told me it was wrong as a captain to not speak. Um, but it wasn't just about not talking at school for me. For me, it was about being silenced at family reunions and at different areas. Like, literally, I have been silenced. Do not talk about liking girls, and then, like, now everyone accepts me? Like, what? My family's weird. But, like, it was about being silenced beforehand. And so, sports and activities. Only do things you like. If you don't into sports or into being around people, don't do it. Don't force yourself doing. As a trans man, I feel like a lot of us feel, not all of us, but a lot of us, I feel like there's a lot of us who like end up working out, trying to look more masculine, and there's a pressure to feel like you need to. So being an athlete or being active feels more masculine when in fact, I mean, it's not the prime time of all masculinity. Masculinity is relative to how you feel masculinity is. So don't force yourself to do things just because you feel like they're gonna make you seem more manly. Um, can also be difficult if you're pre-transition to get into guy like male sports um, that are like literally like they have gender separate teams, um, and it can be hard to compete with them for some, and so that can be a little disheartening. But I mean, there's a lot of resources out there for different activities and sports, for intramural sports in college, for um, you know sports that they're what do you call it co-ed sports, and then there's like activities, rock climbing, stuff. There's groups and clubs out there for high school and middle school students, even especially, and things like that aren't gender specific that you can go out and do to be active or meet people, and that you don't already know, which would be nice sometimes to try and start off with like a new group of people who will see you as like who you want to be seen. So, I mean, unless it makes you 100% uncomfortable, definitely getting out there will help you. I recently found on Tumblr, followed a guy, and turns out he's a non-binary trans guy, and I'll be going to college with him next year, which is really good to know. And I know there's a lot of resources on the Oregon State campus, um, for LGBT people and just trans people in general, and places to see people, and I think that's really important. So if you can find like an activity or club that is maybe trans oriented or like a GSA, those are also really fun. I was treasurer of the GSA my junior year and vice president my senior year, and it was a good time. It was our first 2 years, so it was really rough, and so I hope to see them grow. But get involved with just things, meet people, expand your networks and your support systems. That's what I think sports and activities are important for. It's also important to stay healthy. Um, since I started doing a lot more sports activities, because I was a cheerleader, I did softball, I did track, um, my asthma has calmed down. So, I mean, it helps with medical conditions, and, you know, it gives you a feeling of productivity, which not everyone needs. So, I don't know, the most important thing is that you don't need to do sports or athletic things or lift. You don't need to be more masculine. If you want to look more masculine or whatever makes you feel good, do it, but don't do it for others. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to lift. Like, I enjoy it. It helps me relieve stress. But if you're doing it so to please others and to be more manly in their eyes rather than like it's making me feel good and I feel like, oh yeah, pumping that iron. Like, just don't. Like, you don't need to validate yourself to others. You're valid enough. This video's getting a little long. I'm gonna cut it off there. Just stay classy and